I'm here to do a review on Chesire Cat by Blink182, their first album in 1994. And I'm gonna go ahead and say the album's not really for newer Blink fans or mainstream Blink fans. I just like their music in general. I'm neither all of those, but it's more for someone who just maybe likes good punk rock music or likes Blink-182's older music because it's punk rock, not their new pop punk outfit. But it's a pretty good album. I'll explain it. It was done pretty fast because they only had 3 days to make it, and I haven't seen a very good review of this done. And my reviews are basically me going through the songs and telling you what they consist of. Anybody who knows the greatest hits will probably know Carousel and M&M's, but I'll start. Carousel, sung by Tom in this song. This is their single. I don't know why I didn't get a music video. It starts off with really slow guitar and bass playing, and then it gets slow with a little bass solo. That's really cool. But then it like gets kind of offbeat and fast, like out of nowhere. And there's a really cool guitar riff. That's the thing about this album. There's a lot more complicated guitar riffs by Tom back then. But it starts. It's kind of just your regular punk song, kind of crappy punk vocals, kind of fast, offbeat drums, and kind of stops to do a little mini riff solo slash thing. It's a fast song. It's a good song, but it's not my favorite. It's definitely a song to start off the album with. But Carousel's never been one of my favorite songs, to be honest with you. But it's a good song. M&M's starts off with probably one of the hardest Blink riffs I've ever heard. Uh, it's Mark sings it. I think this one's not as fast. It's kind of slow on the verse and kind of faster on the chorus. This one's a really cool one. You know, Mark's old voice I think was a little more. Mark's voice really hasn't changed, but now they auto-tune the fuck out of it. It kind of shows you what he was more like back then. It's a it's a pretty good song. There's a little interlude for the guitar. These are good, fun, upbeat songs, but they're done a little fast sounding. But the first two don't sound like it. They just sound like two regular songs. Brings me to Fentuzler. It's a good pace, normal pace song. Fentuzler. It's sung by Mark with a bit of backup vocals from Tom, and the verse is pretty cool and catchy, and then the chorus is actually really good. It's just there's not a lot of hard dynamic on this album where there's a lot of backing vocals because I think Tom and Mark probably just did their own songs back then without co-singing them. But this one's pretty good. I'd recommend it. But I'm gonna start rating the songs. Like Carousel, I'd probably give a 4 out of 5. M&M's, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Same with Flint Tuesday. Touchdown Boy. Now this is what I'm talking about. It starts off with just a random power chorded riff. Gets kind of fast. The guitar kind of like the vocals sound a little off, and the vocals are really quiet. That's the bad thing about some of the songs. And then the chorus is Tom. Actually, it's a good part. It's catchy. It's kind of crappy punk rock vocals that kind of stop the talk in the song. So this song, probably give a 3.5 out of 5. It's a decent song. Strings. Now this one's actually really good. It starts out kind of slow, but Mark's vocals done very well with very nice double tracking. A really catchy chorus with just, the word strings and some really cool riffs, like that are kind of solo-y like riffs. This one I recommend. It's probably 5 out of 5. Peggy Sue, one of my favorites. Starts off 2 guitars, and it's weird because it's blank and kind of a cool riff. Tom singing, Paul muted guitar, fast, kind of slow. And then it gives you that like kind of, I'm sitting in my room listening to music feeling. And then the chorus is really catchy and some nice double tracking on Tom's vocals. It's a really good song actually. And this one's actually, yeah, 5 out of 5. Does my breath smell? I'm gonna say this one's probably my favorite on the album. It's kind of goofy. It starts out with him singing about why girls hate him, and Tom's making moaning sounds in the background. Then it turns into a really fast punk song. It's kind of offbeat. Then the chorus is really good, and his voice is done very well on the song. And this one's perfect, actually. Does my breath smell? It's just very fast done. Cacophony starts off like kind of somber, and then builds up, but still slow. And then the chorus is this is probably the best song on the album. song by Mark. It's kind of a slower song about how he feels about a girl. The guitar's done very well. And then towards the end, it gets really fast, but it goes fine. Like this kind of offbeat thing went really good with the song, and I recommend this one. It's pretty good. TV, just kind of a fast, fun one. There's not much to say about it. It's kind of filler, in my opinion. Same with I've missed one. Sometimes is the same way, but I think it's got kind of a darker feel to it. I really like saying dark because this album's pretty upbeat. Toast and Bananas. It's kind of a cool one, like kind of a love song, maybe hate towards a love song. It gets kind of fast, and the chorus is kind of similar to "Does My Breath Smell" is the thing, and then there's actually a guitar solo, like a guitar solo from Blink. I know, it's a really good song. I'd give that one probably. Well, Cacophony I'd give 5 out of 5, and TV I'd give about 4. Sometimes probably give 3 out of 5. But Toast and Bananas I'd probably give that 4.5 out of 5. The solo was really cool. Wasting Time. It's probably one of the better tracks on the album. It's kind of one of their. It starts off with actually a really cool riff that plays throughout quite a bit, and Mark comes in with probably the catchiest chorus on the album. Probably the most memorable song is this song. But I mean, I'm not a big I like Mark, but I'm a bigger Tom Voice fan. But I love Mark too. But it kind of goes into it's just kind of a cool song. I'm surprised this one wasn't their like a third single they could have had. It probably would have been this one, to be honest with you. And
So, dude,
giving a review on an album. Romeo okay. Romeo and Rebecca starts off slow, that one kind of gets fast too, to be honest. That one's not one of my more favorites, but most people should like it. Some of the songs Tom sings on this album, even though I love his voice and stuff, it's not like some of the songs aren't the best on here because he kind of went fast because I don't know, but they're good still. But Benoit Balls, it's kind of a funny one. Like some really fast, strung out guitar. Most of this thing is just guitar, and you can hardly feel the vocals. But this kind of sounds like a Hawaiian song, and it just kind of gets stupid, but it's funny. The last songs on the album are kind of like that. Just about done. Some cool riff with them screaming and yelling like monkeys. It's pretty funny. Depends. Actually sounds good, but it's about peeing all over yourself. Just about done. I'd probably give 3 out of 5. But out of this whole album rating, I'd probably give it about 4.3. I'd pick it up if you're a Blink fan. It's only like $10 at the store. So yeah, sorry I went through the last ones kind of fast, but that's just how I feel about this album. It's very quick done, but it's about. I probably if they would have been done better and produced better, but that's not Blink's fault. The record company gave them 3 days to do 16 fucking songs. I mean, I'll give you my peripheral ones. That are the best. I mean, this is a really good album. 4.3. I mean, if it was better done, probably would have got a 5. Carousel, M&M's obviously. Tuzler, Strings, Peggy Sue, Does My Breath Smell, Cacophony, Toast and Bananas, Wasting Time, and Depends. Those are my favorites. And thank you. I'll be reviewing all their albums. Thanks. I guess pick this up if you're a Blink fan or kind of a regular punk fan. But thank you. This was my review. Sorry.